What does it need? What do I want to do with this place? Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Vanilla. In this episode, we're going to finish this cave. And I've got some plans. The more time I spend in here and the more I think about what I'm going to be doing with this place, oh, it's raining, the more I start to wonder whether or not I want this to be a more permanently used area. So, I'm trying to think about how I want to connect it to the rest of my base. And I think that maybe over there, we may start connecting to our mega base, or at least a larger area where I'm going to be setting up some more extravagant and large storage and bits and pieces. Because if we have a look where we are in regards to everything else, it's actually pretty close to this whole area here, which I believe there's a little bit of a gap over there. In fact, I can probably jump up out of here. Swoop. But I believe that this is a pretty decent chunk of land without too much sort of digging into it. There's this here, but other than that, we might be able to get away with making a large area underneath, and it goes sort of all the way over to here. So maybe we have our storage room down in there. That's going to be a place where we can access from probably the side of this cliff that I want to make, and maybe we can make some nice little tunnels and walkways going down into it from a bunch of different areas. Does this go into the cave? It does. Even that comes down here. Oh, whoa. Excuse you. So, I have some dark oak on me, and I think I want to set up a little bit of, I guess, a pathway. Some walkways and stuff going over to different areas, maybe a little bit of a bridge over there as well, and have these walkways accessible around the outside. We'll have our drainage system, or I suppose you'd call it a pump system to pull the water up, and around the outside here we have a little walkway coming over to potentially an area where I can dig out a super large open space that I can put in an auto sorter, because this season I want to do a proper auto sorter, like a really big one, at least if I can manage it. I don't think I'm going to follow a tutorial, but I do know how to set up auto sorters myself, so maybe we can come up with something pretty good. With that being said, a lot of that is just a matter of getting in and building. So we're going to pop into that time lapse straight away, do a bunch of decorating, and then maybe we'll think about planning out a few entrances in and start thinking about some bulk storage. Because if I dig out this area, I'm going to need that bulk storage for all of the stone that I've managed to grab out of here already, being several double chests worth of stone. And then I anticipate a lot more than that for the size of the room that I want to make. So I hope you enjoy this time lapse. We'll make ourselves a really nice, pretty cave, and hopefully it'll be something that we actually get to look at a little bit more than I originally intended. So with that, I'll see you on the other side. And I made it. Here we go. I didn't make it. Here is the start, at least, of the custom cave decoration. So I decided to stop and not bother doing too much up high just yet, because I'm going to have to build a bit of a platform or some scaffolding across here, so I can do that later. And I started to think about how I wanted to come into here. But this is kind of the detail that I'm looking for. And I have more to do. I want the whole thing to end up a little bit closer to this side. So underneath there, I want to do some stuff, more up the walls here as well, and a bit like over here too. But what do you think? I'm still not quite sure about these walkways. I was trying a few different ideas as far as how I could frame them and keep them a little bit more contained than just walking over like this. But all in all, I think it's pretty nice. It feels nice. There's still some things that I'll probably change, but I'd also like to hear what you guys think. But so far, we have a little bit of an area up here where I could make a bit of a walkway out. There are the holes in the ceiling that I can fly through, and I've also got this spot here to potentially build something over in this direction. There's also a massive hole down here. Yeah. But we could build a bit of a room for a farm there as well. Thinking maybe a cactus farm for some XP, I'm not sure, or even for bone meal. But now I think I want to start working out what I want to do in here. Also, down there it's got a little bit of kelp and some grass and different bits and pieces, and I think it's just enough to see it down there. I think that looks nice. But if I want to come over into this direction, we've got a fair bit of digging to do. So it might be worth setting ourselves up with a beacon for the dig, but I need to start working out what I want to store and how I want to store it and the kind of resources that I'm going to need for said storage. Let's jump out here. So right now I have this set up, which is pretty decent, but it would be nice to separate a lot of things from in here. So I'm wondering, I have a chest there. This has sort of been the way that I've been coming through most of the time during this build. Do I have some more chests? I do. Okay. So we'll actually go up to our storage room to do this. Ow, ow. Let's have a look at what we would want to store individually. Now this is a really good way for me to visualize things. I don't know whether this works for you guys, but for me it does. In that it's really nice to have these options all just sitting there in their own space. And it's very easy to see how many sections of storage I need. Like I can count all these. So far we have 8 and put them all together like that. So I'm just going to put some stuff away as I go. But things like sand, sandstone, even red sand, if we want to go collect some of that. Podzol, dirt, grass, coarse dirt, deep slate and cobbled deep slate. I don't have enough room. And then within those sections, I'll probably have something like this where I have a specific chest for the variety options of them. I think that will work well for me. So just like this, we're already starting to build up a huge supply of blocks, and that's not even including the tree farm stuff over here, because rather than storing all of my wood there, hello? What happened to my chest there? How do I... What? Very odd. But rather than having all of my storage here, I might keep the stuff that I would usually put in these barrels, and now I can actually clean up my tree farm a little. So rather than storing... Oh, I have terrible examples. Rather than storing... Huh. Maybe I've already done that. I thought I had my stuff in there, but apparently not. Okay, so apparently I've already done it, in that I've moved the saplings and whatnot over. So I'm just going to take one of each of these, maybe chop down the ones that I don't have what I need from. I don't have any dark oak. Where are the saplings? This is blasphemy. This is probably because I've used it all. But I think you guys get the idea. I'm essentially looking to place in one of every single type of these wood types here. Spruce, birch, blah, blah, blah. We just need a little bit of dark oak. And I want to go through and get all of that sorted. Things like the valuables, I may even have their own spot. I'm not quite sure. Or maybe we do a valuable chest at the end. And I'll see if I can work out a way to sort in the coral blocks and whatnot too. Oh, these are good ones to grab as well. Yeah. Give me a minute and let's see what I can come up with as far as the amount of storage spaces that I would like. Auto-sorted, at least. And a short while later, I've got a bunch more. Now, this isn't going to be everything, but I did go grab myself the two different types of stems from the Nether, as well as their different versions here. And it's not something that I specifically think I will be gathering a lot of, but I do want to have it stored because I want to start using things like this a little bit more. I want to try to vary up my block palette more than just my standard dark oak, spruce, and a little bit of deep slate. The other thing that I think I want to do is get a version of every single one of the different types of ores. Now, obviously, there's just going to be the same for that, but we have a deep slate variety of that, and there should be deep slate varieties of most things. So let's duck down here. We need coal, copper, and gold, and then the standard variety of redstone. Ooh, we could be hard-pressed to find some of that, but it could be a fun little mission of something that we aim towards. So I think I might have some torches. They might be down here. Swoop. There they are. And we might take the... Oh, Buddy. Buddy did come and investigate once I started going through the blocks. Maybe to give me a little bit of advice. But we're going to duck down into the area that I know I have some deep slate. Oh, God. That could have been the death of me. Down here, though, and see whether we can find any... I think... Did I have the deep slate variety? Either way. We're going to grab some of these ores. I definitely had the deep slate of redstone. I'm after deep slate iron and avoiding creepers. Oh, diamond. I personally think I'm going to have more trouble getting to the standard stone variety of diamond than I am the deep slate coal. I'm definitely not having any troubles finding diamond here. This isn't a bad cave to go to because it's at... Ooh, nice. It's at that transition point between the two different types of stone, so we might get a little lucky. Deep slate coal. I think we were after that. Yeah, and... Nice. Some deep slate copper. What else can we find? Oh, I see some... nice. Some stone variety of the lapis as well. Aha! This is a good cave for it. Thank you. Alright. That's not bad for starters. That's gotten us a couple of the extras. I really think I might have to make it my mission to find some stone diamond. Otherwise, yeah, I don't think we'll ever naturally just stumble across it. I might have to do some mining at this height. With that, though, for now, I think we'll just head back and take our spoils. This is a really nice cave. Oh, that's right. The other thing that I would like is stone variety of redstone. So, let me just check up around here. There we go. Perfect. And even some there. Very nice. I'm going to take those. And I'm just going to take a couple extra just in case. Reason being, not only is the the storage room going to be functional, buddy, you were zooming up there. Because obviously an auto-sorting system is extremely functional. But they kind of look cool, right? So when you have like all of this organization, even if it's above and beyond anything that you actually need, like way more storage than you're going to use, I think it's still fun to have them there. So, we did get one of those. We didn't get our stone variety of diamond, but we got a deep slate of that. We got some deep slate iron, deep slate copper, and the standard version of redstone. Oh, I just want that one more. Damn it. So, we'll put that like that. And then it's worth grabbing a spot for most of this junk as well. We could have a section dedicated to consistently dropped things by different mobs. I'm sort of thinking through it in my head at the moment. I might have an ore section, a mob drop section, animal drop section, even food. Yet some of these things are likely going to be just kept in the farms that they're made. Like the gunpowder, I'm just going to leave it in the gunpowder farm. I said the gunpowder farm. Come on, you're so close to loading in, I know it. The gunpowder farm. The gunpowder farm. So we've still got so much of that over there too. Oh, I wonder if I've been close enough to this for it to be running. Oh, cool. Probably in little bits and pieces. That's good. Building up a little supply of that. But with just that much being some main blocks here, some ores and a couple of consistent drops, maybe we do one of each of these. Oh God, where do we stop, you know? Where do we draw the line? These things can probably be stored in front of the section that sorts the ores, I guess. So what do we have? A double chest is 54 blocks, or 54 slots. So that's 52. Then each line is 9. So that's 61, 70, plus 7. 77 so far. If we split that to two separate sides, 77 divided by 2 doesn't exactly work, but it's 38, 39. That's 39 chests. And the reason why I'm trying to work this out is because I want to set up the size of the room that I'm going to dig out. If I'm going to be digging out a room over here, I want to be prepared for that and how deep it's going to go. And I like the idea of this being a big hall that we walk through the center of and just have a really, really clear view of all of the different bits and pieces that I want to grab. Then I can think about doing stuff like shulker boxes or distributors for the shulker boxes. I don't know whether I'd do like a shulker box loader, but definitely something where I can request a shulker box, it appears in the middle, and then I can, you know, fill it up with bits and pieces and then pick it up and it'll put another one up there. So maybe we have something like that in the middle. Yeah. Let's start off by grabbing ourselves a beacon and say we start from this point here. I'm going to go 50 blocks. 50 seems a good start because I am going to be adding more. Maybe we do some extra layers, but 50 meters or 50 blocks long for a hallway just feels good. So 1, 50, like that. That's not bad. Let's set up our beacon here. Dig our way up to the surface. And the reason I want to do this is just so that I have a really good amount of coverage. Okay. Oh, you didn't think that that we were done with the building or the time lapses today, did you? Oh, there's still more. I want to get this area prepared for the storage. So we set up this beacon here. We start the time-lapse music back up and we dig a really big hole. Okay, now we've got some space. I ended up extending it a little bit further this way so that in this main section we have 55, just because I wanted an odd number to be able to find a center point, at least at some point here. And yeah, I made these little walkways up around the outside because I think what I'd like to do is have access in and different rooms around the outside connecting to this, at least like hallways that I can come through to get to my main storage area. But this is going to be cool, being able to look down over the top of all of the chests and hide the redstone aspect of it underneath these walkways will be really, really nice. And then I think this access coming in here will be one way, and then the other side will lead up to a slightly larger build for some fancy stuff. Maybe we can do an even bigger hall. After spending some time doing this style, I really am interested to see what I can come up with as far as an internal decoration. I've always struggled with external stuff, which is why it takes me so long to, oh, that was my last rocket, to do things like this and create buildings on the outside, unless of course it is something that is organic, like terraforming. The terraforming side of things I have no problem with. Let's just put this away again. And that's something that I'm excited to do as well. Now that in there somewhere, it's probably about up to over here. In fact, maybe we should dig through and see where I came to. It might be really close. If we duck down here, we come up over to this side. Let's just see. We might be too low. It might not even come out to the side of the mountain. I'm just going to end up on the other side of the entire mountain at this rate, I think. Which I kind of want to do. Hold on. Ugh. Okay. Well, this will be as good a spot to stop as any. What is this place? It actually comes out into the open air. Huh. Ooh. Nice. But yeah, I think we're obviously a little bit lower in the world than this section here. What is our height? We're at 80 up here. Yeah, this is at 64 and my whole setup is quite a bit lower. Actually, no. Yeah, just further across. Anyway, we now have this area here set up for a huge storage system, and it should be fairly easy to organize into sections. So I can have the water running around and around, maybe even in both directions, I'm not sure, in some form of loop. I can have deposit stations that can take it whichever direction I like, I suppose. And yeah, we're going to need some redstone. We're going to need a lot of redstone. So we've got a little over a stack there. Oh boy. Oh my goodness, I jumped an absolute mile just then. Excuse you. Redstone is going to be our limiting factor. The quartz I can get fairly easily, and I do have a good amount. I probably nearly got enough here to make all of the stuff that I need for it. But we might have to do some mining. Or I might, anyway. Like I said, I'm not actually finished with the decoration of this cave down here. I've more done like the bottom 50%, I suppose you would say. It does look nice. I actually really, really like how those bits turned out. I just want to do more up off the ceiling in the shadows that is going to add to the atmosphere and probably blend that in a little bit better as well, making some stalactites and stalagmites around it too. And as I was digging out in there, I started to think that maybe this spot over here would be a great area to put a super smelter. Combine a super smelter with a fairly efficient bamboo farm, and maybe we could have that running most of the time we're in the area, filling it up, getting it ready to smelt items nice and quickly. 16, 32, we'll see how we go. But I hope you enjoyed how this turned out. I think it's kind of cool. It looks really, I love stuff like this bit here when you're looking down. And I do love that you can see through. We might patch up some holes, just so that it looks a little bit nicer. I might fill that whole area in. But I do like that there is little spots that I can launch myself out of. And with all of that digging, I've actually gotten myself a lot more of the stone. So we're starting to build up a good supply of that for potential terraforming in the future. But That is for the future. And so is this hall, this storage room. Wow, looks kind of massive when you go this far. So I would like to thank my Patreon supporters for your continued support. You folks are amazing and I genuinely appreciate it. And also, if any new folks have come in after watching the ATM8 series, which is going crazy right now, hi, I hope you enjoy Vanilla as well. We've passed 19,000 subscribers and well on the way to 20,000, and that is definitely in part due to the ATM8 series and the modded. So thank you so much for all the support. Genuinely, it does mean a lot, and it gives me the opportunity to continue to do this full time, long term. So with that, I do want to say, until the next episode, I hope you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye, everyone. Whoop!